Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. This quote highlights the importance of self-reflection and introspection in gaining a deeper understanding of oneself and finding clarity in one's goals and aspirations. I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become. This quote emphasizes the idea that we have the power to choose our own path and shape our own destiny, regardless of the circumstances we may face. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. This quote speaks to the idea that understanding and accepting our own flaws and darkness can help us better understand and empathize with others who may also struggle with their own flaws and issues. By recognizing and addressing our own inner demons, we become more compassionate and understanding towards others who are also struggling. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. This quote suggests that the traits in others that bother us the most may actually be a reflection of aspects of ourselves that we have yet to acknowledge or accept. By examining our reactions to others, we can gain valuable insights into our own psyche and personal growth. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. This quote emphasizes the importance of open and honest communication in building meaningful connections with others. By expressing ourselves authentically and seeking out like-minded individuals, we can combat feelings of loneliness and isolation. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. This quote highlights the idea that our reactions to others can reveal important aspects of our own personality and psyche. Loneliness does not come from having no people about one, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to oneself, or from holding certain views which others find inadmissible. Jung believed that loneliness was often the result of not being able to fully express oneself and communicate with others. As far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. This quote speaks to the idea that humans have a fundamental desire to find meaning and purpose in life, and that this search for meaning is what drives us forward. The greatest and most important problems of life are all fundamentally insoluble. They can never be solved, but only outgrown. Jung believed that some of life's biggest challenges cannot be fully resolved, but rather require us to develop and grow beyond them. The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. Jung believed that when two individuals come together, they can have a transformative effect on each other. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. Jung believed that understanding and accepting our own flaws and shadow side can help us better empathize and deal with the flaws and negative aspects of others. In all chaos, there is a cosmos. In all disorder, a secret order. Jung believed that even in the midst of chaos and disorder, there is an underlying order and meaning to life. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Jung believed that the greatest gift we can give ourselves is to fully embrace our true selves and live authentically. What you resist persists. Jung believed that by ignoring or repressing our fears and negative emotions, we only give them more power, and that it is important to face and confront them to move forward. The world will ask you who you are, and if you don't know, the world will tell you. Jung believed that if we don't know our true selves and our purpose in life, we will be shaped by external factors and societal pressures. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. Jung believed that when parents fail to live their own lives and fulfill their own potential, they project their unfulfilled desires and ambitions onto their children, leading to dysfunction and conflict. The greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes. We have the power to change our lives and our outlook by changing our attitudes and beliefs. Your perception will become clear only when you can look into your soul. To truly understand the world around us, we must first understand ourselves and our own perceptions and biases. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Jung believed that personal growth and self-awareness often require confronting our own pain and discomfort, and that avoiding it can lead to stagnation. The only meaningful life is a life that strives for the individual realization, absolute and unconditional, of its own particular law. Each of us has a unique purpose and destiny, and our ultimate goal in life should be to fulfill that purpose and become who we were truly meant to be. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. Jung believed that accepting oneself completely requires acknowledging and embracing all aspects of ourselves, including our flaws and imperfections, which can be a scary and difficult process. There is no such thing as a pure materialist, for the simple reason that matter cannot exist and is not conceivable without spirit. The first quote suggests that a purely materialistic perspective, which focuses solely on material possessions and disregards spirituality or consciousness, is ultimately flawed because matter cannot exist without some form of consciousness or spirit. It is not a question of money, but of living your life in an intelligent way. The second quote implies that true fulfillment and happiness in life cannot be achieved solely through the acquisition of wealth and material possessions. Instead, it's important to approach life with intelligence and thoughtfulness, making wise choices about how to live and use our resources. The unconscious is the larger circle, which includes within itself the smaller circle of the conscious. Everything conscious has its roots in the unconscious, and everything unconscious strives towards the conscious. Money does not guarantee happiness or peace of mind. Jung believed that true fulfillment and contentment come from living a life in line with one's values and purpose, rather than from accumulating wealth. Money is a collective hallucination. Jung saw money as a human construct, a symbolic representation of value that only exists because we collectively agree to assign it value. Where love rules, there is no will to power, and where power predominates, love is lacking. The one is the shadow of the other. Jung saw a fundamental opposition between love and the pursuit of power, including the pursuit of wealth. He believed that a focus on love, compassion, and connection was a necessary counterbalance to the destructive impulses of power and domination.